Good evening and welcome to Views with Joyce Waddell. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. We have two interesting guests. We have Douglas Lattimore and Clifford Coulter, as we're going to be talking about education of young children and a product that will help them in early years to be successful, because we know that early years are the foundations upon which we build for success in later years in school. Mr. Lattimore is an entrepreneur. He has an entrepreneur spirit. So he's going to share some things about that, the freedom that you have in being an entrepreneur, the independence that you have, and the potential that it can lead to if you stick with it. So welcome, gentlemen.
Thank
Welcome,
you
Mr.
so
Lattimore.
much.
Thank you. How you
And
doing?
welcome, Mr. Coulter. We're going to talk about, you've been very successful in many of the things as an entrepreneur. You said you couldn't see yourself working for someone else,
No, I
a
can't
9
see
to
it.
5.
I can't see myself doing that. I mean, why would I punch somebody else's clock when I could punch my own clock?
Well, there are advantages both ways.
There are advantages both ways.
If you punch someone else's clock, you don't take the responsibility. If something goes wrong, if you have a customer with a complaint, sometimes they just complain just because they can.
That's true.
You don't have to take that if you are working for someone else.
That's true.
If you're working for someone else, you don't even have to worry about the future, the past. You don't even have to worry about marketing. You have the freedom of walking in, usually,
Right.
and walking out.
Right.
When you entrepreneur spirit and you work for yourself, then everything is yours. You have the accounting, you have the hiring, you have the firing,
That's right.
you have to deal with the public, you have to deal with all aspects of the business.
That's right. And I love it. I mean, absolutely love it. I mean, I really enjoy all the ins and outs of what business has to offer. And I don't deem anybody that punches a clock to be necessarily a follower, but I know that it takes some leaders, some shown up leaders, to go out there and start their own work.
Okay, and so now you have developed, when I first saw you, you were doing drug testing.
That's right.
And you were very successful with that.
That's right.
And you were able to sell that business?
No, I did not sell that business. Actually, if you look on the state secretary's website, it's still current active. But I had put down that business to start another business because this business that I'm in now is taking off very quick.
Now, with the drug testing business, you were very successful at that. Had you thought about selling it or duplicating it to other sites, other counties, other states?
Well, actually, selling it, I don't like really to sell anything. I'm a pack rat when it comes to businesses because, I mean, I want to keep it for myself. Maybe if I, am very successful in what I'm doing, then I will go back to that one, but I wouldn't sell it to anybody. They didn't start it, I did.
I know, but it still could have your name. You still could oversee it. So you're still involved with it, but you wouldn't have to be involved with the day-to-day running of it. But that's the way you see what you do.
Well, you know what? I just might take that advice. I just might go ahead and make me some extra money on the side.
Now, you've started another business because you have an entrepreneur mind.
That's right.
In almost everything.
That's right.
How did you develop that mind? Were you trained in entrepreneurship?
Actually, I wasn't. I personally was the son of a millionaire who had started his own, I think we talked about this last time, he started his own comfort care. The name of his business was Comfort Care. It was, he hired CNAs to go out to people's houses and that couldn't do for themselves. And so it did very well. It made about $3.2 million a year. And so just being raised in that kind of background.
Was it gross or was it a profit of $3 million a year?
It was gross. Profit was about $1.2 million. But being raised and seeing how my dad did things, then it just kind of runs down the line.
Okay, so the product that you've developed now, and I'm going to ask our technicians to put just a little bit of it, and you can tell us when to stop.
Okay.
So that we can know what it is.
Okay.
And what it's designed to do.
Okay.
And see.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, a smart kid.
Yup, I'm a smart kid.
You are a smart kid.
Yup, I'm a smart kid. I'm smart, baby.
You are a smart kid.
Yup, I'm a smart kid.
You are a smart kid.
Yup, I'm a smart kid. A, B, C, D.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, there are many versions to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Does it go all the way through?
Yes, it does go all the way through, but what we're trying to do is not only give the children a chance to learn their fundamentals, we're also trying to impute in them positivity. So they need to know that they're smart. They need to know that they're wonderful. They need to know that, that build that confidence that they need that they may not be getting at home.
Okay. And so you've connected this, you put it with a positive thinking course, or you put it with the language arts course. You've made a parallel with another course, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's with language, it's with reading, different types of fundamentals. Not only that, but it's different type of music. We're not stereotyping the kids to, baby sounding music, because when their parents are listening to music and they're listening to their parents' music, they're not listening to baby type of music. And so now it's an inconsistency, because now they're listening at their parents' music at home and they're listening to baby type of music and when they go to their daycare program. So we urbanized children's music and turned it into a perfect product for them to listen to and to have fun and to dance and just to go crazy.
Now, so they can dance to that sound?
Oh, they can dance to all the sounds. I mean, I'm dancing to all the sounds.
So it's something for all children.
All children.
Were you focusing on children in a particular ethnic group?
No. We have 1 or 2 hip hop songs in there. We have rock in there. Actually, Mr. Coulter is our guitar player, and we have our own band. And so we try to diversify as much as possible so these children can understand it's not just one type of music. The world is a lot bigger than the 50 people you talk to. And so now we have to show them that, there's different ethnic groups, there's different things that you can do with your music. And not only that, but music, it stimulates their intelligence.
Now, Mr. Coulter, you are the guitar player, so you designed this record, didn't you?
Well, actually, he came up with the idea. I was just there to actually put my input in as far as guitar sounds, maybe different chords. Also with the drumming on a song later down in the CD, it's like a Caribbean type beat. And so when he was actually working on it, I walked in on him one day, and he was actually just in the process of making it. And so I actually jumped on the sound machine myself and started adding pieces here and there.
Artists, we'll continue to talk with Douglas Lattimore and Clifford Coulter as we talk about new innovation that they have to help students learn. It's hip hop, it's Caribbean,
It's rock.
it's rock.
It's Caribbean, yeah.
So they're different. It appeals to all cultures across the board,
That's right.
across culture venues, across cultural lines.
That's right.
As we talk about helping children to learn in a way that they are accustomed to. They love hip hop, they love music.
That's right.
And so it helps them. Now, do you have other things that go with this music? Is there a book or something that goes with it that reinforces it?
Yeah.
Usually if you do one thing, you want to reinforce it.
That's right.
You have another something that reinforces it?
All of that is coming. All of that's coming in the future. We actually just developed this product. If you go to koolpreschool.com with a K, K-O-O-L, koolpreschool.com, you will be able to see all of the products that we have. But at the same time, we're getting into children's books. We're getting into clothing, paraphernalia, because we're not just building a brand. I mean, we're not just building a company. We're building a brand. We want everybody to, to relate to KP as children, as adults, because our motto is this school is so cool that even the adults want to be in the preschool.
Okay, so it's a preschool. You're focusing on preschool, not grade school. So you're doing daycare centers and things that experiences that children have before they enter regular public school.
That's right, because preschool, daycares, this actually is a medium that sets the tone for their educational future. And so what happens is that these children, some of the parents out there, they don't know that there's a responsibility to even teach their child, because what happens is they go to daycares, and I spent a year at CPCC, and I was going to early childhood education courses, and I kept on hearing the complaints of all these teachers that say these parents don't teach their kids nothing. They should know how to write by now. They should know how to spell their name by now. And so I listened to that complaint, and I was right. I said, hold on, I got to write down in my entrepreneur mind, it was working. And because if somebody has a complaint, chances are millions of people around the world have that same complaint.
Now, did you go back to CP and to the class in early childhood and let them know that you developed a product, and the product that you developed answered their prayers? The product that you developed helped alleviate the complaints that they were having?
Well, I just came out of CPCC yesterday, and I talked to the director. Her name is Sandy Newman. I talked to the director of the program, and I gave her a copy of the CD, and I told her that we would be doing free performances for the next 3 months for the kids for entertainment reasons. But what they decide to do with it is their business. We're just out here to promote Facebook, Twitter, Kool Preschool, whatever. We want everybody to know that there is a program, there is a system that you can get your child into, because a lot of people, especially in Charlotte, they're cutting the pre-K programs because there's lack of funding and lack of budgeting. So what we're trying to do is get actually people financing, because we're taking a portion of percent of the product, and we're financing other preschools and daycares like House Preschool here in Charlotte off of Seymour Drive. So we're really trying to help the community. And you know what, Dr. Waddell, if I have to fund every preschool program and daycare program in the city, I'll do it, because ain't nobody else out there trying. We have millions of people in this city, and we got billions of people. We got Fortune 500 companies. We have Michael Jordan. We have Bob Johnson. We have all these different type of people, and the educational system is failing, and it's stupid. It's ridiculous. And so I said, you know what? I'll do it. They don't want to do it. I'll do it.
So, and this is the way that you will start personally as an entrepreneur and as a philanthropic person.
I mean, who else is going to do it?
So the money doesn't matter to you.
No, absolutely not.
You want to see results. You want to help people.
That's it. You know what's one of my contributors, we have a couple of contributors. I have a contributor in Sacramento, California, and New York, and Louisville, and Philadelphia, and they love the idea. They love where the idea is going. But at the same time, they told me, they said, listen, we believe that you're putting the cart before the horse, because people who start charities have money already. And I said, listen, in Charlotte, there's an epidemic going on. And if I have to take what little money I have, one person can make a difference. And you know what? It might as well be me.
One person can make a difference.
Yes, they can.
Because Jesus was one, Martin Luther King was one.
That's
one
right.
person can make a difference.
That's right.
And it takes one person working collectively with a lot of other people.
That's right.
To see those ideas, to see what happens come true.
That's right.
Audience, we're continuing to talk with Douglas Lattimore and Clifford A. Culture. So we talk about early childhood and early learning that children experiences. And we have some sites, some pictures here that shows symbols of what children